It's solo leveling farm time. Solo leveling season 2 just changed everything. Oh, that's a YouTube title if I've ever seen one from SinChi. Let's check it out. What the fuck?
Oh shit.
Is this official YouTube channel? She say ASMR? What is this?
Solo Leveling Season 2 episode...
She say is hard carrying this show. This rom-com, bro. This girl, bro, is hard carrying this anime. This is the what's the title of the ASMR? Your same-aged cousin who acts like your little sister cheers you up in bed, laying down in a suggestive way. ASMR.
Oh shit.
She say wakami.
Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 8 was another high priority episode with not much manpower in terms of animators. It's the power of having...
Which is good. If there is not many staff being listed, that means that scheduling was good, right? Something was good about it.
In terms of animators, it's the power of having a couple of animators do a lot in one episode.
Yes.
This was the hypest shit I've seen this year. Besides the random Railgun Season 4 announcement.
Woo!
So I can see Kuroko sexually harassing Misaka again. I think as a whole...
Excuse me? Kuroko does do that a lot. That's right. Item spin-off included too. But yeah, this episode, the fight was stupid hype.
Episode 6 is still better, while parts of Episode 8 was a display of absolute cinema.
Yes.
While getting each other's wet. We got a hype fight.
Absolutely, we were wet because of the rain animation. Yeah, episode 6 I think is still more memorable to me than episode 8 because of the story elements surrounding episode 6. The level of hype that was staged because of the elite party of hunters who were about to get wiped out and Jinmu smurfing and then saving up and clutching with an entire audience watching. That's why episode 6 is still better to me than 8. But if we're going to compare the specific fight of Jinmu versus Baran versus Jinmu versus Tusk, I give the fight to episode 8 absolutely.
While in the background, everything is slowly building up to the 4th Jeju Island raid, with bringing in some new characters into the mix. Also, plug. Follow me on Twitch. I stream
there
a
it
day
is.
Before the episode dropped, and 2 days after the episode dropped, I think.
Woo!
We get really sexual there.
How long are these streams? 1 hour streams, bro? 5 minutes, 6 minutes stream. That's a clip. That's gotta be a clip, right? No, this is a broadcast. 6 minute stream?
We get really sexual there. So yeah. Description. This episode covered chapter 82 to 87, with the Demon Castle and Jeju Island raid bouncing between each other. Some content was cut. We see more about the ants invading the island, where a couple of hunters were trying to fight it, and the meetings where a lot of the cut content is. Well, the more important ones. Manager Wu was telling Gogunhee that a couple of hunters were interested of participating in the raid, like Hwang Dong-soo.
What?
He's down bad for Jinwoo.
Dong-soo pulling up, maybe?
Maybe he's gonna use a full dive to be in the raid while he's in the hospital. And a national level
SAO.
hunter was...
Oh. Whoa. I didn't realize that's a thing. I mean, we got ranks. This is a level. We got a nation level hunt. Damn. The power scaling really is scaling currently, huh? Holy shit, who is this?
Was also interested. All of his dialogue, or basically his appearance.
This guy has to be American. There's no way this guy is not American. Bro's got a Hawaiian shirt on with long blonde hair, smoking a cigar inside. This dude has to be American.
Was not in the anime yet. Same was for Yuji stuff, the Draw Sword Guildmaster. Some of it was cut, although not important, and the talk with Gogunhee and a certain scientific
certain somebody. Hawaiian t-shirt guy again, he pulled up. Yo, he showed up to Korea.
Sorry, a certain national level hunter was...
He's so big. What the fuck? He's towering.
Was also cut. This Choi and Chai...
What did he say here? Cut content. I heard that South Korea is distressed over Jeju Island situation. Did I make you look forward by coming here? Oh, he's straight up telling, chairman is like, am I making your heart go doki doki? Like how down bad you are for Jinwoo? You want me to step in, Mr. America, and just save the day?
cut. This Choi and Chahin scene was original. The dinner with Essel's dad
There was a
cut,
dinner?
although I wanted to
Dinner would have been hilarious. Oh my god, they had a dinner, especially with what Jimmu did, bro. By like, hey, just grabbing the daughter and be like, I'm taking her with me. It's like, what the hell? There was a dinner scene as well.
see Essel with this drip in the anime. Of course, they speed
Dinner
run
outfit.
Jinwoo's committing genocide on the demon castle. Baron and the Wyvern's design is different, especially Baron.
Yeah. Baran didn't have he didn't have the armor. The armor I noticed, like the silver armor, got excluded. But in the webtoon, there's a moment where the armor also breaks, and then you see this stripper, you know, basically outfit. Bro just pulls up in a fucking nanthong. I respect it.
But it was still good in the anime to not overcomplicate the design, so it's easier to animate.
Maybe I'm crazy. In this scene, it doesn't look like the armor even exists here. In the comparison scenes, it did look like his skin turned purple, and you know, it was more showing like the manthong design. Maybe I'm crazy.
Overcomplicate the design, so it's easier to animate. In the anime, Baron just palmed Jinwoo with his head. They made it look a bit more of a struggle in the anime fighting Baron. I think you guys already know this. The rain was not in the manhwa.
Yeah.
Really made use of the environment to enhance the
Amazing.
fight. The episode had 2 story.
I love that. The rain was such a good way to just enhance the fight. It's literally peak cinema. Just extra things, honestly, just like, I guess you could call like environmental assets. It just dripping down that really made the fight sequence even better. And I remember there's like one scene with Essel, you know, dripping in the rain, looking, you know, at Jimmu at the fight. It was so cool. And then again, the way that the fight concluded with the beam attack shooting into the sky as we uppercut his head off. And then the sky clears up, and then the sun, you know, shines to kind of like symbolize that, hey, the fight's over, and now it's all good.
Fight. The episode had 2 storyboarders. Part A was by Yuka Kuroda, and Part B was by Yoshihiro Kano.
That's the man, bro. Kano, bro. This is the... Oh. He works on Hunter x Hunter, too, really. 34th episode. That episode must have went fucking crazy. Also, SAO, Project Alicization mentioned.
It was directed by Tatsuya Sasaki, that also directed Season 2, Episode 3, another action-focused episode. By the way, if you don't know the Part A and Part B shit, Part B starts after the commercial ends. Well, most of you don't see it because you're not watching it in
TV.
television in Japan. Basically, this shot of Baron, then after this cut, that's where Part B starts.
Yeah.
Yuka Kuroda is an amazing animator, mainly focusing on
Hey, we just watched this episode. First episode of Railgun Season 2 as Kuroku drops Misaka down and we railgun a fucking chopper.
effects, but still can do really good action. She's very involved in
What the fuck? What is... Yo, why it got jugs over here? Why the dolphin just have titty physics? What's happening here?
She's very involved in Kinema Setcher stuff, being main animators.
Dude, the titties were jiggling. Shield Hero? What the hell is happening in Shield Hero, bro?
She's very involved in Kinema Setcher stuff, being main animators for some shows, or just contributing a lot. Same goes for A1. She has animated in some of their shows, and more importantly, SAO. That's why she's here and has contributed in previous episodes
Let's
of
go.
Soul Leveling. For her part, it's nothing too crazy in terms of boards. Besides this, you can see the
Ass. Booty.
Tosses
Yeah.
effects. Yeah, there was some really neat looking boards playing around with different perspectives or a lot of overhead shots to show how big a certain room is. I love the reveal for Essel, the hair animation, and focusing more on her hair first than the face. I really wish they sold this moment a bit more with Essel glitching. There was only one like warped looking shot that was really it.
We needed more of a Kim Chur Fish Islands. Right? Kim Chur had a crazy mind break Fish Islands going on.
I feel like they could have done this moment more eerie for us with more of the distorted backgrounds or perspectives. Maybe zooming into Essel's mouth and
Hey, yo, what?
making the voice filter hella loud. I don't know. It felt a bit standard in terms of the storyboards.
Fair.
Same goes for Baran and the Wyvern making the entrance with this very simplistic shape at first, with just being a big blob, but still gets the speed across. The overall comp and background are standard. I mean, look at this overview of the island. Crazy. It just makes you wonder how dog shit My Hero's art direction was. And I still haven't watched Failure Frames.
Oh, Failure Frame! Oh my fucking god, don't get me started on this shit. I can't... how the fuck did we finish the season of anime? Dude, there's so many animes that we've dropped, but Failure Frame and Newgate. I do not understand how Failure Frame and Newgate, we finished it in this channel. You monkeys made me drop Free Run multiple times. You monkeys made me drop Apothecary Diaries as well as Dungeon Meshi. But Failure Frame and Newgate. Jesus Christ. This honestly, it's just so jarring. Look at this. Whenever basically these characters, when in Failure Frame, the 3D CGI kicks in as soon as the characters are facing away from the camera, as if we can't fucking tell.
And I still haven't watched Failure Frames, but my god, that shit's art direction is
garbage.
Bad. There was
It's like, what am I looking at? It's like, what, how do I even describe this? Is this even PS1 animation, bro? It just looks so fucking weird.
numbingly bad. There was also 2 soundtracks that I haven't heard yet in Soul Leveling. I don't know if it was new or not.
I remember a Slice of Life soundtrack, right? There was, whenever there was some really funny, cute moments happening with Essel, there was like some like circus music, like Slice of Life chill soundtrack that I've never heard before.
The comedic OST for
Yeah.
Essel and Jinwoo, and the other one with the creepy piano track
Yeah.
playing going on a massacre. Although again, why don't they just make the music a bit louder? Like,
I don't know. It's like a intentional thing. We mentioned this back in season episode 6 as well, right? With Hiroki Sawano soundtrack usually just dominating, the hype scenes, which is I think a good thing that happens in Attack on Titan a lot. But the music is intentionally downplayed. It's their decision.
I think Soul Leveling's audio side, like the effects, VAs, music, is still good,
Yep.
but it's definitely the weaker aspect for the production. It doesn't give that oomph. Shows like 100 Girlfriends, Zenchu getting married to the girl I hate is probably the best.
This anime has an amazing soundtrack. It does. Like, just to glaze it, the episode, like the really ominous tones, the piano soundtrack that was playing. Oh my god, yo, this anime, crazy that. I love this. This girl right over here, this blob, she carries the show. This girl on the right, hard carrying.
Season in terms of audio aspect, I even tweeted out how surprisingly good the direction is for the girl I hate. Anyways, part B.
All right.
Kano Cinema. You guys
That's right. This the shit that actually matters.
probably know who Kano is. An amazing action animator and very handsome man.
He is pretty good looking. He is. Ikemen.
Done a lot of standout stuff.
What was that little chuckle at the end?
And very handsome man. Done a lot of standout stuff for shows or just carrying a show. He's a very fast animator. He even said it himself, or getting praise of how.
Let's see what he said. Hold up. I have been working on an analog for a long time, but my child often caught a cold and I usually took about a week off, so I couldn't work in the studio if things continue like this. So I forced myself to teach myself and become completely digital and had to move to. So analog versus digital animation. I am not going to act like I understand this, but clearly do different styles, methodologies of animating. I'm grateful to be able to work in a tablet with light footwork while also taking care of my children. But at first I had severe shoulder stiffness and eye strain. Still, I think my work speed is actually faster than before. Lol. So meta is go digital. I don't know what's better, but it sounds like digital is the way to go.
Or getting praise of how fast he is.
Soul Leveling. Oh, Chroma Fire mentioned again. Soul Leveling animation producer Kaneko's moment on Yoshiro Kano. Kano's animation powers demonstrated in the episodes exploded from the storyboard. Kano's drawing speed is superhuman, and I've never met an animator so fast. Lol again.
At drawing by Kaneko, the Soul Leveling producer in A1, he storyboarded the Baron versus Jinwoo fight and also animated basically 3 minutes worth of content with correcting some of the earlier fights. Or basically he supervised and did layouts of over 110 different cuts. You can really see how good Kano's action boards are at creating the scale and how it's constructed, really capturing the
it's so snappy, it's so fast, but again, I don't think it's so clear. A lot of people are saying like so many shit was happening that like I couldn't even breathe, and I do agree with you, but I don't think it's so bad that you can't follow everything.
Constructiveness of certain attacks and the camera work is amazing.
It
Here's
is.
2 great scenes, for example, of good camera work. This simple shot, the fact that it's so bombastic, it's the
bombastic
example of.
Oh, one second. 3, 2, 1, let's get it.
good camera work. This simple shot, the fact that it's so bombastic, it's the tag team aspect of different shadows
That's
jumping
right.
in, and also the background is not moving.
Constant swap between Iron and Tank. Look how they keep sharing the middle scene as they take out, you know, enemies one by one. And what about the background?
Different shadows jumping in, and also the background is
Yep.
not moving. Well, it is, but the effects in the back add so much.
That's right. There's like couple layers here happening, right? Probably Pretentious mentioned this too, but the earlier frame here, right? Like the front frame, the layer, notice how the ground is different? Like this right over here. There's a distinct border. See how as this scene continues, there's like this it also kind of like stays still, like going the other way, and then the background is kind of still. Like look at it again.
Shadows jumping
Moving,
in,
moving,
and also
kind of
the
still.
background
This
is
moving,
not
moving.
Well, it is, but the effects in the back add so much. Or just adding the background itself.
Yeah.
You can see this part is
Exactly.
one layer, and then another one.
Yep.
And then another one.
Yep.
And then
And number 3 is like kind of like just kind of being I didn't realize number 4 was there too.
and then another one, which is the two background slash floor here, and the other two with the fight and the standstill monsters. And Tusk's gigantic feet is added in post. It's like drawing or editing. You have different layers. This shot also, we focus on these characters fighting in the front, and when the shadows appeared from the top ropes, the backgrounds that was initially blurred is unblurred while the camera
see
is
it.
moving up. The
Focus.
technically more impressive part
That's actually so hype. When the fight is focusing here, and then boom, Tank and a Shadow Soldier is like jumping, and the focus goes over there. You get to see the debris.
is moving up. The technically more impressive parts
Love the lightning. The lightning scene went crazy. The sheer scale of the lightning attack was insane.
is the amount of hand-drawn effects and also
Yeah.
the 2D
The clouds
creatures,
too.
which it's so leveling. Hand-drawn creatures, not really surprising. The
But still so cool in so many other shows where you have so many different, you know, creatures like monsters, mobs like that, right? They're all just kind of offloaded to CG, but the hand-drawn will just look so good.
amount of effects displayed this episode is crazy. Like, I don't remember a shot with effects done in post, besides the rain, displaying the giant firepower that some characters have, like Baron and Tusk. I keep forgetting how big Tusk can get.
He's so
and they
tall,
capture
yeah.
it amazingly with the effects, with very simple coloring that pops. Of course, it's thanks to some of the animators for the effects. Ryuta Saito did some of the cuts, even animating the doors for the monsters that Baron summoned. Yuka Kuroda did this insane sequence of Baron's lightning covering the clouds with
So
a bit
good.
more complex color.
Like the cloud itself too, not just the lightning, but the cloud's details is so fucking good. Look at the different shading, the different lines, and it constantly changes, and it goes like in and out, in and out. Look at the clouds.
A bit more complex coloring on the clouds and lightning. Same goes for this shot with the lightning and this explosion. It's so much more slower pace compared to the other ones. I love it. Kuroda's effects is crazy. You can probably see it more of the
Bidi.
work in Tawaru. And see Oihara getting sexually harassed by Saten. The drawings this episode
That does happen a lot, huh? Imagine if Saten was a guy. That's why double standards exist. And sometimes it's a good thing.
harassed by Saten. The drawings this episode looks great. I don't know much of these chief ADs that's on this episode, so I can't really track who did who, but you can probably see the overall drawing style is a bit different, which I really like. Jinwoo's face structure. It's not long or very sharp. It's still sharp. The
chin-
monarch, while
These memes are getting out of hand. Let me show you a couple. I keep getting fucking DMs from, I think, one of the people that watch my videos, and he just keeps sending me fucking solo leveling memes over and over again. Here's two of them. Let's see, this one and this one. First one. Absolute Sigma. That's right. Absolute Sigma. Second one. But somehow the absolute Sigma is now on the phone, and it's Chinception. Who is making these? They're so good though. It's so funny. Like, look at how ridiculous. Like, they clearly understand the chin memes. Clearly they know. But like, look at the details. Look at the aura, right? The white flare, the border. It looks so good. The eyes, the lightning, you know, laser eye that's flowing. Bro, this shit looks so good. It looks like official art. fuck the chins though. It's crazy. The mewing memes, man. Someone needs to do that of Mom. They need to do one of Mom and Jinmu together, as Mom's probably gonna wake up pretty soon.
Monarch, while accompanying the good-looking drawings with great shading. Eso's design too, her face is pretty short compared to others. I don't know if this is actually her design. I don't think Eso's design sheet is out, but good. Yeah, there's some iffy drawings here and there. Talking more about the fight,
Iffy drawings?
out, but good. Yeah, there's some...
He does look a little off here, yeah. The eye placement in this angle, it does feel a bit weird and wonky. Yeah.
iffy drawings here and there. Talking more about the fight, again, animating so many different monsters and shadows that's all different proportioned is so hard, but Kano is just a god.
Goated.
I think while action animators can really have a good grasp on...
Oh, this was a fucking amazing scene in JJK. Dad versus son with bunnies also coming out. The single-handed
While action animators can really have a good grasp on, while storyboarding is the
Mob Psycho Season 2 versus a teleporter guy. This sequence is crazy. You can sense the terror, the absolute like this is a teleporter guy, and the gun, he's trying to shoot the guy, but he's just trying to track him down. It's so fast, and he's like panicking. You can see through the gun motion that like, oh god, what's gonna happen? And then he shoots it from behind.
storyboarding is...
Where is he? Where is he? Oh my god!
Use the camera to their advantage, following different characters to insinuate an attack, or
Yeah.
a very fast-paced action that's cutting a lot, but you can still follow it. It's also complemented with Kano's animation, with the very snappy / choppy timed action or
It's great.
effects. Kano is also very good at effects. He also drew a lot of the background animation. I mean, a lot of them, which is just the icing on the
Lightning?
cake. You can see some of the raindrops are actually hand-drawn, and
Yes.
some aren't. Example, this Eso shot, you can see
One of the best scenes. This Essel shot in the rain going down, so cinematic.
the rain that's interacting with her
Yeah.
is hand-drawn.
It's bouncing off of her body. You can clearly see there's a bunch of different rains, you know, in the background, but you can clearly also see that some of the rains are bouncing off of the body.
repeating, while the rain that's covering the screen basically is done in post, or it's compositing, or you can see it through Kano's layout. This shot, you can see small rain sparks flying around with Baron and Jinwoo.
I see it.
LO, that means it's hand-drawn. Same goes for these raindrops in front that's moving sideways.
I see
Well,
it.
again, the rain that's covering the screen is not in the LO. That means it's done in post.
Yes.
Yeah.
After.
Now, the controversial thing, something penis. The last 2 minutes of Jinwoo versus Baron, people have mixed opinions
Some people say it was too chaotic and they couldn't really figure out what was going on.
about this. This is my objective point of view. I think Kano's animation is still amazing. The choreography, snappy timing, background animation, drawing quality.
I love how it's so fast, choppy, and then he uses, you know, different tempo and timing to slow down. You know, basically you're just squeezing in during some moments, you know, it's like slow motion to kind of let the audience breathe and then get back into it.
The effects work, drawing individual raindrops, and that last uppercut.
Oh
the
yeah,
paintbrush style,
crazy.
the impactfulness with the impact frames
Love it.
afterwards with the red background. Just crazy animation
Peak.
power from him. What I want to point out is the pacing, visibility, and other stuff. It is definitely hard to follow the fight. The fast-paced action.
This is an objective fact though. Yes, it is a bit difficult to follow the fight. If you just like let the episode play through, you probably will never understand exactly what everything really happened. You can still kind of like understand what happened, but not like every single detail. That's fucking impossible. And sometimes it does feel a little bit discombobulated, especially to just like, I guess, the normies who just kind of sit back and passively watch it, right? So for sure, yeah.
Accompanied with Kano's choppy style. I don't think it's Kano's choppy style that's making it unreadable. The Berkoyi versus Vecta fight was
Amazing
the
scene
same
too.
with how it's structured, but very followable. Now, this is not some of those Twitter tards going, "My eyes! I can't see the Demon Slayer fights!" And also the over-excessive
Man, the Gyome scene did go fucking crazy, huh? It did. Skill issue? Skill issue? Should we blame the monkeys who are unable to use their eyes to track exactly what's happening? Should we blame the people who needs to watch English stuff because their brains can't work to read the subtitles and watch the animation at the same time?
the Demon Slayer fights. And also the over-excessive amount of raindrops is a bit much at times. It can work, but not all the time. There's a couple of problems. The color design, everything is
Gray.
very desaturated. The color, it's all very grayed basically,
Yeah.
which should be good to make the characters pop more, especially Baron since he's mostly purple and gold, but it really doesn't. Also, Kano did Ichigo versus Yuhaba, which looks quite similar, the very desaturated colors and
The background gray again.
but that fight is still followable because it's mostly the comp and camera.
Yeah, every time there's a slash, I noticed that there's a flash of red that happens. Maybe in solo leveling, something like this didn't happen enough to keep it, like, I don't know, noticeable. Like even here too, the shade of different reds during the clashes kind of like keeps your eyes popping.
Because it's mostly the comp and camera work. The camera work is very all over the place, barely keeping up with the fight, and it's quite fast. But I think it's mostly the comp for the rain. The rain is like a stormy rain. A lot of raindrops filled the screen. It's a bit thick. There's too much. The rain in the Bleach fight, you can see it there, but it doesn't.
The rain does not overwhelm. Yeah, I can clearly see the rain, but like, it is totally different from something like look at this scene, right? I still enjoy the rain effect, but comparing the two separate fights, absolutely.
The rain in the Bleach fight, you can see it there, but it doesn't feel overpowering. It feels like it's in the background.
It's like supporting it, right? It's supporting it. While in the solo leveling one, it might be almost like trying to overtake the main, you know, actors of the fight.
2 examples for fights with rain. I know it's not as fast paced and the power scaling is different. One of the beginning fights, the rain is there, but again, doesn't feel overpowering. Feels like they dimmed down the opacity for the rain. It's not as extreme, and this fight also slow-mo some of the sequences, so you can see how fast they are going.
Fight, yeah.
With the rain more slowed down.
I see
this
it.
Kizumonogatari fight with Araragi and I don't remember. The rain bouncing off of the characters is a lot, so many effects. But again, the rain done in pose is not that thick, doesn't disrupt it at all. It's also because the characters pop a lot more with the coloring and line coloring compared to the background. This episode was still hella hype, even with the stuff that wasn't poggers. I still think overall episode 6 is better, but
yeah, I enjoyed episode 6 more, but like the fight though, I think I give it to 8.
the last couple of minutes of episode 8
Crazy.
was peak solo leveling.
Like, should I say Blue Lock-esque? Or they just dialed up black bars started to show up and it's just like, now I'm gonna lock in and deliver the most insane fucking shit that you've seen all through season, and everyone's like, oh my god!
Jeju Island arc starts next week.
Hey, let's go!
Gonna be hype for solo leveling. And for my bank account, don't want to ramble on much because I have to edit this shit. If you guys like this video,
like the video.
If you hate it,
leave a like,
comment down.
And that's pretty much it. An amazing episode with so much crazy shit going on that most people don't even know exactly what to watch. But since we are now actively trying to awaken our third eye, I think we are understanding exactly why the episode was so good. Kano's insane animation style, the fast-paced, choppy, neck break speed at which they go, the tempo at which he slows down the fight sometimes to let the audience breathe for a bit and then immediately zoom in, the crazy amount of special effects happening. The rain also, I think, was I think it's still a net positive touch. I love the rain, you know, that was overlapping the fight too. Definitely was excessive at some points compared to the other rain fights examples that SinChi showed us here, but absolute peak cinema. Please go check out SinChi's channel. Here's the link to the video. Go give it a like. Follow his Twitch stream too if you want, and I will see you guys next time.